looking for this bra. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Nayecole, and welcome back to my channel in my Living in Los Angeles series. In this video, I am sharing with you some tips on finding the perfect apartment in Los Angeles while I unpack. So, as you guys know, for the ones who are returning, I've been living in Los Angeles for about 3 years now, and it has been an interesting journey. It's been an interesting journey, to say the least, especially when it comes to housing. When I first got here, I stayed with family, like did the couch thing, and then I moved subleased for a year. And then this is like my official apartment, my first official apartment in my name, lease, amen. Yeah! In Los Angeles. I do have a roommate. Let me go ahead and put that out there. I'll probably say it 1,000 or more times. I don't know why in my other videos people are always like, you didn't say you have a roommate. That's misleading, when I always say that I have a roommate. Without further ado, I am going to unpack and chat. Unpack and chat with your girl Nayecole. Unpack and chat with your girl Nayecole. Let's get into it. Tip number one, the first thing that me and JL did was sit down and make a list of everything that we wanted in our apartment. So we knew we wanted hardwood floors. We knew we wanted our own bathroom. We literally sat down, we wrote out everything that we wanted, that we did not want. Decoration, clearly, to get an idea of what we're looking for. And that also ties into location, y'all. Like, I lived on the opposite end, let me just say that, of North Hollywood. In this new area, it is diverse. I see a lot for young professionals who are in the entertainment industry, who are in the creative space or creative industry, if you will. So that is something to keep in mind. Where do you see yourself? Like, what are you coming out here for? Are you coming out here for entertainment industry, being a creative, an engineer, or you have a corporate job? Like, it's just important to keep that in mind too, as far as your location and who you want to see on a daily basis, because these people are your neighbors. The second thing that I wrote down, Trulia and Zillow are great resources. This is not a sponsored video. It's a great resource to use in that you can put in a zip code and look at a house, and then go on Google and look in that area, like around that house. It shows you, it gives you price range, you're able to change your room amount, the number of bathrooms. Third resource you can use is Facebook groups. Now, Facebook LA groups, I'm talking about Los Angeles apartments, Southern California apartments, rentals, couch surfing, like all of these are different Facebook groups that you can find a living arrangement on. Definitely check those out. Once you use Trulia and Zillow and Facebook Market, and if you see an area that you like, you are able to go tour it physically, walk around the area, drive around the neighborhood, because I guarantee you will see at least 2 or 3 other apartment spaces that are currently leasing. And that's just so happened what we did. We were just walking around, and we saw this one a month ago, y'all. We saw this apartment a month ago, but the model they just showed us wasn't in our price range, nor did it meet everything on our checklist. So we passed on it, and they continued to hit us up. It's the tenacity for me. Long story short, they end up hitting us up one more again. We have some more units available. Y'all should come check them out. We checked them out, moved in within 48 hours. And that's just how it worked. Now, when I tell you guys, God has been with me through this entire journey, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. This is a tip. If you know you don't have the credit, if you know your credit is a little shoddy, there are places and landlords that are lenient and will be willing to work with you. I'm just saying that to say, do not limit yourself. Do not count yourself out. Don't count yourself out, man, because we're both working to repair our credit. But with that in mind being said, we knew that our credit wasn't as our strongest. Listen, y'all, we just showed up with what we had. And that is important. Like, if you have money saved, great. Please save your money. That's important. You need money saved. Like, there's not one of those videos how to do it with $1. I made a video like that. Go check that out. This is you got a couple dollars in your savings account and now you need to make the next step. Location. This ties and listens to what you want. Now, in my things you need to know before moving to LA video, definitely check that out. I listed several places, just some off the top. You got Studio City, Burbank, Valley Village, North Hollywood Arts District, Gardenia, Mid-Century, Culver City, Baldwin Hills, Windsor Hills, Inglewood, Marina Del Rey. There's Los Angeles County. Look Los Angeles County up. Will you have a card? Are you going to need to rely on public transportation? These are things that are important to you. A lot of you guys like to ask me personally. There are some, I don't know all of Los Angeles County. I hope I hope y'all don't get that from this. I know what I know, like, you know what I mean? And there's so much more I need to know. You are already here. Explore as much as you can. If you are not here, I always advise to try to take a trip out here specifically to look for an apartment. I know you can only see so much in 3 to 4 days, but I think that can help. This is I Was Born by the River. I did the music notes for A Change Is Gonna Come. Artists, you feel me? You feel me? Moving right along. When you go on apartment tours, ask questions. This is a space that you're going to live in. So you want to ask as many questions as you need to make sure that you're comfortable, that y'all on the same page. One of the main questions that I've learned to ask is this model, like say I go on a tour, is this model identical to the apartment that I would be staying in? Ask questions. Because they will show you a model that's so nice. Renovated, new appliances, wood flooring, and then the one that's available look crazy, especially when it's virtual, because it's like you're seeing one thing, you're expecting one thing, and then you come in on a completely different thing. It's flawed, I know. We saw, I want to say upwards around 15 to 20 apartments, and that is in a span of like almost a month and a half, because they have contactless tours. Like we were able to get the code, call the number, get the code, and walk in, walk right back out. And that was great because we were able to smell the place. We were able to feel the energy, peep the neighbors. Need to be in a safe environment, so that's important. Also, when it comes to application process, what is it like? What do you guys need up front? Do you guys need my pay stubs? Is it just credit? Do you all need references? Important, you can find a building that only requires a credit check, and then you can also find the next building that's on the same street require credit check, pay stubs, your mama name. Some require more. The next one is when you apply, we had to be prepared for no's. We applied to, I want to say, I had to think about it, 3 or 4 different apartments, and 3 out of the 4 told us no. One was we didn't meet their credit requirements. One told us that our income was, their words, marginalized. And then the other one straight up told us no. And they heard rejection sucks. It makes you feel like, Ruby! I'm almost done recording. Oh, this is also a tip. There are programs if you need a co-signer, guarantor, called Leap Easy, I believe that's what it's called, where they will, for a fee, sign to be your co-signer. So this is great for people who don't have rental history. And I believe the fee is it's equivalent to 1 month's rent out of a 12-month lease or something like that. Let's see what else I've got in here. Y'all have those random storage things where you just got stuff like, hi Breaker, yes. No, it is snowing on the mountains. And then the last, but definitely not leasties, is be patient, okay? Just trust the process, have faith. Along the way, there can definitely be moments of discouragement or frustrating. Honestly, if you keep the faith, continue to stay prayed up, continue to know that it can happen for you. 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 Keep that in your mind. Repeat it to yourself daily. It can happen for me. I deserve this. I deserve this. I'm only going up. It's up and it's stuck. It might, but we ultimately up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and tuning in. Until next time, be love, but most importantly, be light.